Mhm. We will be starting in just a moment. Okay, we are starting. Kyle, if you are ready. Oh, my word. It is such an honor to have Kyle Raney be here with us, giving up his time this evening to share with us. And I am going to let my Aunt Heidi introduce him because she has been under his training and coaching through the Anthem Network. And so I'm not even going to talk anymore. I'm just going to let her intro him. And then Kyle is going to have the rest of our time during this Zoom.
Hey guys. Hey Kyle. Thanks for coming. I was in my Zoom room all by myself. Like, where is everybody? Like, ah. Anyway, so thankful that Kyle was willing to come on here tonight. So thankful that God brought me to Anthem Network. It's exactly what I needed. Like what Kyle has been talking about is just hit the nail on the head for me. And both he and Cassie have a heart for helping others succeed. They're humble, they're transparent, and they don't come across like they know it all, but they share their wisdom, and especially Kyle. So I'm really been appreciative of him and so thankful that he can come on and share with us tonight. So go ahead, Kyle, and take it away.
All right. Thank you, ladies, so much. And it's great to see everybody on here this evening. Melody, it's great to see you. Thank you for having me. And Heidi, as always, it's a joy to see you too. So I am so pumped to see all of you tonight. You may hear in the background children, you may hear dog, a cat, and all kinds of things. So that just shows you that Plexus is real life. So, right, we do it in the margins of our life. And so very excited to jump on here with you tonight and talk to you a little about a few things that we've been actually discussing in our message group and that that God's kind of laid on our hearts to share with you this evening. Before we get started, I never want to assume, because Cassie and I are not a big deal. And so we never want to assume like, oh, you know our story or whatever. So I want to go ahead and just kind of unpack maybe a little bit of our journey. I'm going to give you like the Reader's Digest version, which just dated me big time. Like a quarter of you are like, readers what? And so it's fine. Just a condensed version of what I'd like, our story to do. So we have been in Plexus for 8 years. We're both Diamond Ambassadors. We live in Central Oregon and Bend, Oregon. We started our journey. It was a little bit, it's very unique, I guess, into a lot of people who start your time in Plexus. And so I was a pastor for almost 17 years. I've been retired now for 3 years. I pastored all over the United States, and yet we found ourselves in Oregon. And 8 years ago, crazy thing happened where the church I was helping, I was actually an interim. So that's just like a temporary, if you will, until they find the real guy to take the spot. I was kind of helping the church, limping along as they're about to close their doors. I was also teaching at a local university, political science. I have a master's degree in political science. And so the same week, both my department head at the university and the chair of the deacon board at the church said, hey, we really like you. We just can't afford to pay you anymore. My dean at the school is like, hey, we really like you. We just don't have the money to pay for you anymore. I got let go of both my jobs in a matter of a week. And it was just kind of like, okay, what's happening? And so I did one of the things that I never thought I was going to have to do. And I think when I tell this story, a lot of people's like, hey, I've been there. I understand that. I had to go on government assistance. We were very open about that. We were on food stamps. We were on, in Oregon, we call it OHSA, but it's basically like medical benefits too as well. We had only 5 children at the time. So we had an issue. We had a problem. We couldn't pay for our groceries. And when your finances are hurting, your health is the last thing you care about. Like you don't think about your health. So we got into a really bad place in our health. My wife, Cassie, she developed Hashimoto's thyroid disease. I mean, and her hair was literally falling out. I mean, like it was crazy. But all these little kids running around. Well, I found a job working for a missions organization. The only problem was I was traveling all over the place and it really wasn't paying the bills either. And so I was traveling, speaking at conferences, speaking at different events and such as that. I'd be in a hotel or an airplane more times than being at home, and it just wasn't sustainable. And so I came home one day from Toronto. Now I know Heidi's from Massachusetts. Now all of you may be from that. Are y'all from that area? Are you New England? No, we see no's. Okay.
I'm from New England, and a bunch of us
Okay.
now are in the Midwest, or a lot of
Midwest.
the
Okay.
Midwest. Yeah.
Okay, so I grew up in Texas. I'm a Southerner, even though I lost my accent a long time ago. My mom today still laments that. She still cries every time she hears me speak because I don't have my drawl anymore. But every once in a while you can pick it up. But in the South, and this may be the same for the Midwest or New England, but in the South, if you're the baby boy, you know, your mama sends you birthday money. And that's what I am. 42 years old. I'm 41, excuse me. I'll be 42 in April. And I promise you there'll be a $20 bill in the mail to me from my mother. And basically Cassie had heard about Plexus from a girl who used to be my student ministry many, many years ago. We knew her when she was 16. Now she was much older. And she signed up and she bought Triplex, and she did it by stealing my birthday money. She literally took my birthday money and bought Triplex. And so it was the best theft she's ever done, and probably her only theft she's ever done, but it's okay. And so I want to go into the long details, but I mean, she just came alive. The products just, I mean, some of us, our journeys are different with Plexus products, right? Some of your customers are different. Some of you take, it's like 48 hours and you feel great. Some of it's like me, it was 90 days and you felt better. So, but Cassie instantly started feeling better. She had energy. I will say this, I know this is recorded, I know you can put it on your Facebook page, but we're not gonna put it out live, like on your actual, you know, public page. Her Hashimoto's thyroid is gone. Like there is no trace of any thyroid disease, her hair is thicker than ever and just amazing. Like the things that she's been able to do. She has an incredible weight loss testimony. If you go to look on her page, and she's an incredible weight loss testimony. And so anyway, of course, I wanted to get on the products too. I was like, well, if this makes you feel so good, I want to get on the products. And Cassie said, well, the only way we can do that is we got to share about the products. And I know the cliche, right? Oh, the husband was this stuff against it. So I started making money. I was so desperate. I was like, okay. Like, I didn't even think twice. I'm like, okay. Like some people say, we came into Plexus for our health. We came in for the business. We came in for, like, we came out of desperation. That's how we came into Plexus. We came out of desperation. And so what we began to do is sharing from an authentic place about what these products were doing for us, and about, we've always really been big at the very beginning to share, and we was always doing it together, but sharing about the business opportunity. We talk, and I'm going to tell you, this is not what I'm talking about tonight, but if you are scared, if you are fearful about sharing about the business, don't be, because I'm going to tell you, what you put out there is what you're going to get back. So if you're constantly put out product posts, you're going to get product users, and that's great. We need those, right? We love our customers, we love our VIP customers. If you want business builders, you got to put out the business. You got to talk about it. And it's not about saying, hey, Crystal, want to start a new business? And Crystal's like, my life is really busy. Oh, by the way, when I talk to teams, I'm just going to pick on you. So just let you know, that's what's going to happen. So, you know, and I know Esther, I can pick on Esther. We've messaged before. So anyway, the rest of you all fair game too as well. So, you know, Crystal, I don't know if you're a mom or not, Crystal, but I mean, like if you are a mom, or if you know, you got a busy life, right? And if I say some random person who you knew back maybe in high school is talking about like starting a business, you're like, yeah, no, thank you, crazy. But if you start talking about the fruit of Plexus, because of Plexus, we were able, like our dishwasher broke down and I was able to repair it without having to put on a credit card. You know, I mean, obviously we want to tell the truth, but what are some just even small little wins that Plexus has done for you on the business side of things? That's what we started to do. We weren't like, let's grow a multi-million-dollar business. We can make you a six-figure earner. You can earn a car. You can go to Hawaii. You know, that was nothing. That was not a part of our verbiage, because that wasn't our community. Our community were a bunch of ministry people who didn't make any money and had no time. And we're constantly pouring out to others, not being poured into. And so we talked about that. We talked about how we started building a community of people where we were gathering on a Zoom call once a week and praying for one another. And we began to just encourage one another and be in each other's lives. And people were like, I mean, I had people today who are Ruby, Senior Ruby, and Emerald that don't need the money, they didn't think they needed the health products, but they came for the community. They literally just wanted friends. And we start talking about those things. Okay. And so now 8 years later, Plexus has done amazing things for us, obviously not just in our health and our finances, but it's changed our children's lives. We've adopted 3 children from China. So when we say when Plexus changes lives, we literally mean it. It has changed 3 of our children's lives and given them forever families. Every single one of our children are in private Christian school. So if that's 9 children total. So that, I mean, the bills add up. Yes, we have 9 kids. We have 3 special needs children and 5 children with high medical needs that range from everywhere from spina bifida with our son in the wheelchair, dwarfism, autism. One of our son has autism, and we have a daughter with cerebral palsy who's blind. I mean, we have the gambit of things and health issues. And so we're in doctors, we're in specialists, and we put nothing on credit cards. We don't have to worry about it not being in the budget because of Plexus. Okay, so that's our story. Very, very condensed. But here's what I want to talk to you tonight. And I mean, of course, I know Heidi, I know Esther. I'm assuming some of you and Melody, you're Plexus veterans, and say, you don't need anybody to come in here, especially some bald, bearded dude that you've never met before, tell you about how to do Plexus. But I do want to talk to you about 2 things tonight, and that is retention. Okay, I want to talk about retention, and I want to talk a little bit about vision at the end. Okay. Retention, we think sometimes we can recruit our way out of a problem, right? I mean, and I've had people on my team that can recruit. I've got a gal that literally, if she doesn't recruit at least 6 people a month, she's like messaging Cassie and I, this is the worst month ever. And I mean, someone's like, we like 6 people a year. Like, that'd be great. It would be wonderful. We get 6 people a year. But she is a senior Ruby is the highest rank she's achieved. She's senior gold holding senior gold points because she can't retain anybody. Okay, so we've been working for years. She will be at the end of the year. We'll do an end of the year really fun, like how many people we recruited, whatever, and she'll be our top recruiter every year. And I think this last 3 years she recruited like 236, something like that, 236 people. But if you can't keep the people, if you can't keep them ordering the products, if you can't keep them, it really doesn't matter. Like, it's a little burst of income, but it's not legacy income that we're all looking for, right? It's not you'll win some cool prizes and incentives, but are you going to have the financial freedom that you really want? So retention is the fuel to legacy income. That it really is. It's the secret sauce. It's what it's about. If you can recruit, if you can get three a month, if that can be your goal, and you can go silver every month, and you can help somebody else do the same thing, you're going to be great on retention and recruitment. Even if you can't do that, and it's just 1 or 2 trickling in here and there, if you can retain, and if you can develop and get other people to retain and recruit, you're going to be great. So here's a couple of things I want to talk to you about it. So I am an old pastor, former pastor. So these may sound like a sermon a little bit because they all start with the same letter. So the first thing is intentionality. We got to be intentional with our business. Now, I need you to hear me. Rebecca, you are CEO of Rebecca Hackert Incorporated. Okay. Yes, you are. You're an entrepreneur. You're a businesswoman. And so we would not, right? If we owned a brick and mortar coffee shop in the town you lived in, you wouldn't decide on a Tuesday not to open up. You'd go, you'd open the shop, you'd train the employees, and you would have the sales, and you would do, because if you don't, you're not going to make it. You're going to close down. Now, network marketing is a little bit different. You can choose not to do anything and it just sit there. It's not going to hurt you financially, but it's definitely not going to help you. But those people who own brick and mortar, they're intentional in their work. Okay. And so we need to understand that you are entrepreneurs. You are a business owner. Okay. And there's no back door. Now, for some of you, it's like, Kyle, I just want to make $200, $300, $400 a month. Great. Like, if you don't have the goal of diamond, that's okay. You're still a business owner. Okay. You still own a business, and you still are worthy to own that business, which we'll get to at the end. So being intentional, what does that look like? When you get a customer that comes in, okay, we want to be very intentional on how we care for them. Okay. And what I mean by it's not just, I'm so excited, here's my link, let me know what you think about the products. And when their sub comes up the next month, that's the only other time we ever talk to them. Okay. Ritz-Carlton. I've never stayed at one before. I don't know if any of you stayed at one before, but a Ritz-Carlton is well known for their customer service. Like, they are just, in the hotel world, they are it. They're the cream de la creme. I mean, companies send people to their trainings to learn how to care for customers in their own industry. That's how good they are. Okay. And I'm not asking you, and I don't think Melody's asking, and Heidi's not asking you to be this white glove service for every single person that comes into your thing. But when you genuinely care about somebody and you're not chasing points, but you're actually wanting to care for people, you're going to show up different in your customer care. Let me tell you about intentionality in customer care. Now, look, I can tell you how to do intentional in customer care. I can share with you that on how to do customer care. I can say, here's your 5-day message. Here's your message on day 10, day 15, day 30. It's all going to look different. But I want to utilize our time together and talk about intentionality being just having the mindset to actually want to care for your customers. Well, I'm scared. What if they don't like the products? How will we help them if we don't know they're not liking it? How will we help them if we're not reaching out and saying, hey, how are you doing? How are you feeling? All they're going to do is ghost you and cancel their sub and never talk to you again. But if we intervene early, right? So when somebody signs up for Jane, when someone signs up for your team, they're not saying they trust Plexus. They're saying they trust Jane. They don't know Plexus. How many things are selling to us online these days? Everybody, your grandmother now has an Etsy shop she's trying to sell things on. I mean, like, come on, everybody, right, is selling something. So when they actually make the purchase, they are saying, Jane, we trust you. We don't know Plexus. We want to trust Plexus, but we don't know Plexus yet. And so if someone's putting their trust in you and actually investing in themselves, we need to therefore then invest in them. And the way we do that is a mindset and heart position that we're not chasing points. We're developing people, because developing people equals profit. Okay. So we're developing people. So here's what that would look like. Jane, thank you so much for signing up. Your products will be there in a couple of days. Here's a detailed way, and I'm sure Melody has a script. Heidi will have a script for you if you don't have one. But here's what we like. Here's a way to use your products. The welcome pack you ordered or whatever, here's how you use them, right? And I'm going to check on you on day 3 and see how you're doing, okay? But between that point and day 3, I am finding their address in my back office and I'm writing a handwritten note. Jane, thank you so much. I just cannot tell you how amazing it is that you decided to start this health journey with Plexus. I really appreciate you. I hope you love the community that I invited you into. And if you ever need anything at all, just please know that I'm here for you, praying for you. Thank you so much, Jane. Hugs and kisses, Cindy, whoever, right? I mean, that's that. And I know you're like, well, handwritten notes, who does that? People with intentional customer care. That's who does that. Then we're going to have an Excel spreadsheet. Now you can go on Etsy and find something really cooler. I don't know, Marianne, me too. I hate Excel spreadsheets as well. I know, but the only way I'm going to be disciplined enough to know that I've talked to Jane and I've sent her the note, and I'm like, so for Jane, it may be I'm at the send the note process. For Bailey Lynn, it may be that I am at the 10-day process and I need to check in with her at the 10-day. For Crystal, it may be she's on a product for 30 days and I need to talk to her about her subs and, hey, we'd like to add a product, or there's a product of the month, or there's an LTO going on. See, you just get organized with your customer care and you have a system so you know who you've talked to, what they're talking about, and then you have notes. If I'm talking to Heidi and she says, yeah, I love the products, I'm doing great. Sorry, I'm just a little bit distracted right now. I'm going through X, Y, and Z. Like, I don't know, my mother's sick. Then I can genuinely, not just as a sales tactic. I'm going to turn on light, guys. Sorry. I'm like super dark. Like the sun just went down like all of a sudden. But I'm going to reach out to her and say, hey, how's your mom doing? I'm not going to talk about Plexus. I'm not talking about, ordering. I'm genuinely caring how Heidi's mom's doing. Heidi, I hope your mom's doing great, but how's Heidi's mom's doing? Right? Because we're in the people business and we can't just be about making the sale. We have to be about developing people. So we got to be intentional. Second thing is you need information. Your people will not know what's going on if they are not informed. I promise you, your normal customer who may be loving their products is not looking at the email, is not going to the website, is not in the Plexus Ambassador community looking at the latest thing. They don't know about the reset. They don't know they don't know what they don't know. So you're like, well, I don't want to overwhelm them with information. But if they don't know about the information, then how are they going to order? How are they going? So if we got an LTO coming up, which we do, we have an LTO coming up here pretty soon. Guess what it is? I'm not going to tell you. That's terrible. How dare you? But it's going to be awesome. And it's coming up. And so all y'all got really excited. If you push unrecord, I'm like, no, I won't. But the LTO is coming. Now I get kicked off the advisory board then, I promise you. So, but it's coming. And then you say, hey, Esther, I'm glad you're loving your products. I know you're only 15 days in, but there's this thing coming. It's this new flavor. It's this whatever. And you're like, well, Kyle, that just feels like you're trying to go sell. No. For all I know, Esther may love lemon lime, whatever. She might love, coconut lemongrass. I'm just trying to throw you off the scent. But I mean, she may love that stuff and you just don't know. And all she has to do, the worst thing she can do is, no, I'm good. Okay, great. That's fine. So intentionality, information, inspiration. We got to inspire our customers. How do you do that? Hannah says, oh my goodness, I tried this reset and I dropped 3 pounds. Oh my gosh, Hannah, that's amazing. And by the way, you're not typing this, you're getting on a video message, not a voice message, a video message and going, Hannah, that's incredible. Oh my gosh, tell me more, tell me more, tell me more. A video message, they're seeing your face, they're seeing your reaction, you're excited, you're pumped. You inspire them. Nobody in your day, as you go, Marianne, I promise you, during your day, maybe your sweet spouse, one of your kids or whomever might ask how you are. But for the most part, society doesn't ask us. Nobody asks how we are. Nobody asks how we're doing. No one asks what's going on. No one's celebrating with you. No one, when you did dishes tonight after your family ate dinner, when you cooked dinner tonight, it wasn't like everybody's like, oh my gosh, let's hold a celebration, pop the champagne, mom cooked dinner. No one's like caring what you're doing. And if Hannah tells me she dropped 3 pounds after day 1 of reset, you better believe I'm gonna act like she won the lottery. I'm going to inspire her to keep going. Inspiring works both ways too. Inspiring works whenever Katie says, man, I didn't see any change. Oh, okay. And don't be afraid when people don't get the results they want. Don't be afraid of that. If Katie says, well, this isn't working. I've done this pink drink. I don't know. Then you ask questions. Well, Katie, tell me about your routine. Hey, Katie, tell me how you're doing this. Hey, Katie, tell me how you're doing that. Are you drinking enough water? Are you doing that? And all Katie says, oh yeah, you know what? I'm really bad about drinking water. I drink like 6 Mountain Dews a day. You know what, Katie, I think that's probably it. I think that's the reason why. Katie, you look a little guilty there. Do you drink 6 Mountain Dews a day? Only 4. Okay, she's only on 4, so she's good. But the thing is, we got to inspire people, right? Because again, they trust us. They said, I want to invest in this. And so we inspire other people, all right? And you do that by celebrating big wins, small wins, medium wins, it doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, exactly. But yeah, you got to get the sending videos. So the step up is send a message, send a voice message. That's the baby step. But the big step is the video message. I don't have my makeup on. Nobody wants to see a curated video. They want to see you in real life with your kids hanging off your side, and you got baby spit up on your blouse, and you got last night's dinner in your hair. I mean, they don't care. They just want to see you and celebrate. So you got to inspire, right? So we got to be intentional. We got to give them information. We got to inspire. And then the last one I'm going to talk to you about, and then we'll get into vision a little bit and we'll end it, is invitation. And Heidi is going to roll her eyes. Esther is going to roll her eyes because they know I always say this. There is power in the invitation. And what do I mean by that? Say Melody has been a good customer with me. Let's say she's been for 3 months, okay? What Melody is going to get from me then is that, hey, I've noticed you really like the products, and that's awesome. I'm really passionate. If I haven't shared this already for you, I'm really passionate for you to continue on these products and not have to pay for them. I would love to show you how. Are you interested? Melly don't have to be convinced the products are good. She likes them. She's taking them. She's trying new ones. But we're so afraid. When I get this question all the time, Kyle, when is the best time to tell them and ask them to share? The day after they sign up. We need to normalize the idea of sharing at the very beginning so that at 3 months, because they've said no thank you, at 3 months when they love the products and you ask them again, it's not weird. You've been talking about this for 3 months. And now Melody is like, well, you know what? You did mention that on day 2. And then I'm paying, I'm buying this, that my subs are on and it's $160 a month. I think I could do that. I think, all right, well, here's how we're going to do that. Reset's always done when we're done it with friends. Let's find 3 people and let's do a reset. I'll do it too. And I'll order mine as well. And we'll do it at the same time. And we'll start a little chat group, and it'll be an accountability. And there's all different. I mean, I can talk to you all night about 30 different ways you can do this with and invite people in to start the business, but we're just getting them to share. But it all starts with us, with the invite. There is power in the invitation, because you're not asking them, do they want to start? You're inviting them if they want to join. See what that looks like? Hey, do you want to start a business versus, hey, I would love for you to join me in this journey and getting your products paid for and just see what can happen. And they said, well, maybe Melody's like, well, that is interesting. And then you start asking questions like, Melody, like, what are some of your goals and dreams and whys and purpose? Like, I mean, we've known each other for a while, and we've done these products. Like, what is it? Oh, you know what? My husband, he just has to work three shifts at the plant, and I just love for it to go down to one because he need more time. Oh, that's interesting. People will tell you what they need when you ask questions. People will tell you their why and what you need when you ask questions. I got 10 minutes left. I love it. There's a time limit. All right, here we go. So just to get back to it. So we have intentionality, inspiration, information, and invitation. Okay. That's retention. That's how you're going to have powerful retention in your business. Okay. And Melly, I can come on again at another time and go through a lot of those details if you'd like. Let me finish with this, and I'm not going to have a lot of time, so I'd love to give you like at least 3 or 4 minutes for questions. You have to have a vision for this if you want to get anywhere. Okay. And your vision needs 3 things. Okay. I'm going to do this really quickly. Courage, conviction, and community. Those are the 3 things you need for your vision. Okay. Your vision, as you're here right now at this moment, you need to have courage tomorrow to show up because you're worth showing up for. Your dreams are worth showing up for. And the people that have already signed with you, they're worth you showing up for as well. Customer care, they're worth it. Okay. So you have to have courage. Yes. Is this scary? Yes. Am I asking you to do things out of your comfort zone? Are we pushing you? Absolutely. Because there is absolute fruit outside of the comfort zone and getting into your zone of genius. Okay. So you got to have courage. You got to have a God-sized vision for your life that that is going to be something greater than you that's going to get it done. Okay. Don't play it safe because this life isn't worth playing safe. Okay. We don't have that much time. Let's make the impact we can right now. Next, it needs conviction. You need to believe in that vision and that courage. You need to believe in the things in which God has given you and equipped you with and the gifts that you have. You can, Esther, you can attract people to your team that I can't because you have a story, you have situations, you have life experiences, you have gifts that I don't have, and they're going to listen to you before they listen to me. So show up with conviction, like this is actually means something to you. And can I say this side note? And this is free. You don't have to pay me for this one. Quit apologizing for being a butter plexus. Heidi, I'm really sorry to bother you. Why are you sorry? Don't. You are not sorry to bother Heidi about a life-changing experience that she can have. Absolutely. Be sorry about the Netflix show you talked to her about and wasted your time. Be sorry about the silly things that don't matter, that are not eternal, that are not legacy building. Be sorry about that, but don't apologize to Marianne and tell her about Plexus and that she could change her life through it. Absolutely not. So quit apologizing, show up with conviction. Third, do it in community. If your sponsor is on here tonight, if it's Heidi, if it's Melody, if it's anybody on here, if they don't know by the end of the week, they need to know what is your why, what is your vision, and what are the things you want to pursue. Because if you don't tell them, then you don't have to do them and no one will know. Because there's going to be a time, right, when Hannah goes, I don't want to do this no more. Hannah, who's your sponsor on here? Unmute yourself real quick. Who's our sponsor? Is she on here?
Janelle.
Janelle. Okay, great.
Janelle. Okay, great.
There's going to be a moment where like, Janelle, I'm done. Like, I just don't want to do this anymore. Like, I just don't want to do that anymore. Hannah, you told me this is your dream, X, Y, and Z. You told me, and I care about you too much to give up on your dream. There are no Lone Rangers in Plexus. There's no Lone Rangers on this team. You were on that. You could be on any team. You could be in any company, but you're here at this moment, at this time, at this season, in this time of life, in this era of Plexus, for a moment such as this, for a time such as this. Okay, we need one another, and we're better together. You know that. But you need to tell your sponsor. And if you don't have a good relationship with your sponsor, which, because I'm not an unrealistic person to think that everything's like rose-colored glasses, find somebody that cares about you on this team and tell them, this is my dream, and hold me accountable. Why? Because I'm worth pursuing my dream. My kids are worth it. My spouse is worth it. My grandkids who aren't even here yet are worth it, right? You know what I'm building for? I'm building for my kids' kids right now. That's what I'm building for. I'm building for my grandkids who aren't even around yet to never have to want anything and have all the freedom and options they want, and try not to spoil them too much. I mean, that's my goals, right? Okay, so that's all I got for you tonight. You have 5 minutes and 51 seconds to ask any questions you like. And just feel free to unmute yourself and I'll try to get to them.
I started talking and I wasn't unmuted.
Right.
How do we get into the Anthem
network? Is that something that we can just sign up for, or do we have to be like a rank
Tell you what,
into it?
I'll let Heidi send the link out to y'all's chat group if that's okay, Heidi. I'll just have you send through. Thank you so much for asking. That's awesome. And I appreciate that. And again, this wasn't the reason coming on here, by the way. So that wasn't the reason. Yeah, great question. Yeah. Anybody else?
Okay, when you get a new VIP, do you, in the process of, because usually it's about products, but we know that it's important for them to know about the business opportunity. So are you already talking about that you're going to be introducing them to the community, or while they're like signing up or in that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so it goes something like this. So let's say I don't know who 722-256-4596 is, so I can't pick on you, but say Monica, maybe she signs up, right? Monica signs up or is signing up. Let's say she ain't signing up yet. And so you're like, oh, Monica, I'm so excited about this. Hey, by the way, and you need to talk about you. I am very passionate about, and so it's nothing about them. It's not something, and then you can even set it up to so much as if, and if you are interested, I have things that we can send. I can do whatever your rhythm is. We do a lot of messenger groups, messenger launches, messenger events. We do a lot of those because people don't have to talk on them. You have, it's preloaded. Then people sign up, and and they can come to it. They have 24 hours to look at it. I mean, so, and just talk to them from the very beginning, because think of it as just part of your customer care routine. That's what it is. It's part of your customer care routine, because all they're going to say is no. Oh, no, thank you so much. Let me just try and I promise you, a lot of the response is this. Well, I tell you what, if the products really help me, then I'd be open to sharing. Okay. And that's okay. That's a very common response. And all that means is that they are willing and they are open to it. So what would that drive us to do? That's going to drive us to give us the best customer care and product, troubleshooting that we can do so that they can get to that point. And I'm bringing it up maybe every fifth reach out, maybe everything, I'm bringing up the idea that, hey, we've got this new reset group that's starting next week. My team's doing. I don't know if you saw that in the team page. And again, I don't know if you put people in customer pages, if you put them all in one, I don't know, however you're working it. So I'm just telling you how we do it. We have a business builder page and we have a customer page and we have a product page. Okay. So I don't know if you saw it in the customer page, but of course we don't call it the customer page, but we're doing a reset challenge group, and here's what we're doing, and this is what it looks like. And if you invite 3 friends, here's the incentive that going on this month. Here's the bonus you can have, and you can earn $400 or whatever. And I just thought that would be really something cool that you could, if you had 3 people, and if you want, I have a script right here. You can send them. You don't even have to, or I have a post we can do, or I can have it. Now, if someone says, hey, I'm interested in the business, that's a whole different route. Like we take them a whole different route. Okay. And I wish I had time to unpack that. But we take them a whole different route. This is how I'll give you real quick, not in detail, but we're going to put them in a messenger event. We're going to get them early wins, like easy wins, mama, cousin, sister, neighbor, like who is it? Because if they get wins and they get paychecks, they're going to get excited. Okay. But I'm just talking about just strictly customers or potential customers or future customers who may be interested. That's what we do. Just talk about it often and talk about you. And it's the power of the invitation. Invite them to do it with you and make it so turnkey that they don't have to really do anything. But when they see that first paycheck come in, they're going to be like, okay, I'm listening. How do we do this again? So
really quick. So you do a messenger event for even people who aren't business minded right away,
absolutely.
Just as part of your customer care routine.
Absolutely. If they're open to it. And all we're saying is we're trying to get, and I'll be honest with you, silver doesn't do anymore. You got to go senior silver to really get products paid for. If we're on month two, it's senior silver. We all know that. We can't keep, I keep hearing this, oh, go silver and get your products paid for. Month 1, yes. Month 2, no. So we need to get them senior silver. But yes, yeah, we do that messenger event because maybe they'll have 3 people sign up. One of those 3, maybe your next diamond, maybe your next business builder. And maybe each month we just try to do a messenger event for them so that they can get their products paid for, or whatever, means we're doing it by. But absolutely, yeah, because curious customers turn into great business builders.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Kyle. I'm going to wrap this up because I don't want us to get cut off abruptly, but we're going to have to have you come back on so we can talk about that and
Absolutely.
get that scheduled for the future. Thank you so much for
Thanks for having
taking
me.
time this evening to come on and share with us all this valuable information and sharing of your time. Thank you everyone for taking time this evening to come on, and have a great evening. We will see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.